What's up, hikers? Lee from Trailside Fitness. Today we're going to talk about loaded pack walks and how you can add those into your training program to make sure that you are ready to hit the trail. So loaded pack walking, super basic, super simple, no barrier to entry. Literally anyone can do this. Build up your endurance. It's a great way to get your body used to carrying a heavier pack. So it's a perfect lead into any sort of hike that you're doing. And it's a nice progression because a lot of people think, hey, I'm going to do a hike that's going to have a 35-pound pack on. I'm going to put a 35-pound pack on and just head out the door and try and build my capacity to carry that pack. You've essentially just added 35 pounds to your body and you're asking it to just get used to it, which is one approach. I think a better approach is starting with a pack that's more moderate and then each week adding a couple of pounds to that pack so that your body slowly adapts to the weight and it feels like there's less just suddenly being tossed upon it. And I think this can reduce stress, this can reduce risk of injury, it just helps with comfort, all sorts of different things. So let's dip in and take a look at some of the details. So the loaded pack walk, essentially describing any backpack you've got. It can be the one that you're using on an overnight backpacking trip, it can be a day pack, doesn't really matter, the details there aren't important. What I want you to do is put 10 to 15% of your body weight in the pack, books, gear, whatever, doesn't matter. Put that on and head out the door. 45 to 60 minutes just going for a walk. Don't worry about terrain, don't worry about pacing, none of that kind of stuff. You're literally just getting your body used to carrying a pack for this 45 to 60 minutes. Now each week with the loaded pack walk, you're gonna add a couple of pounds to the pack. So week one, for me, say I'm at 180 pounds, I'm gonna do an 18-pound pack on week one. Week two is 20 pounds. Week three is 22 pounds. If I just did the mental math and followed my line of thought properly there. And then that would be kind of one phase of training, assuming you're doing a 3-week training phase. If it's 4 weeks, well, then that fourth week would be 24 pounds. Now, when you progress this into the next training phase, you're just gonna pick up where you left off, 26, 28, 30 pounds. So now each week, again, you're adding a couple of pounds, getting your body used to this incremental weight change over time. This is a much easier process than just putting on a 35-pound pack, heading out the door and telling your body just deal with the weight. It's a huge shift. It's a huge amount of burden for your body to suddenly take on 35 pounds to just get used to it. When you can start at a smaller weight and then build up to it progressively, the body kind of understands what's happening. There's a little bit of a rhythm and a routine to it, and that can really help with just comfort and decreasing injury risk. Now there's a couple of tips to make this a little more comfortable. If you're using things like weight plates, wrap them in towels. The weight plates themselves aren't very comfortable. Putting in things like kettlebells or dumbbells, also not very comfortable to carry in a pack. So books and water bottles are nice in that regard. If you do have to use weight plates or water bottles, sometimes it's nice to just pack some towels around that so it's more comfortable on your back. The other thing I would avoid is closing the zippers up at the top of the pack, and I always try to avoid this. As you're walking or hiking, sometimes that pack can start to open up a little bit and that top flap will just open up. We want to avoid that. One simple trick there is just move the zippers all the way to one side. It eliminates that problem altogether, keeps things nice, snug, and secure. Now with the loaded pack walk, it is also different than a training hike, which we're going to talk about in a separate video. It's kind of a part 2 to this one, so make sure and check out that video as well.